What is up, internet? I'd like to welcome everyone back to the channel for another video. During my previous upload, a lot of you commented that you guys wanted me to show you how to get the brand new ASD Edition Geist Armor and Star Citizen 4.3. You wanted me to show you the routes that I take in order to move the fastest throughout these facilities. You wanted me to show you exactly where to find the loot boxes that contains the Geist Armor. Before we start, let me remind everyone that I am hosting a giveaway for the brand new L21 Wolf from Kruger Intergalactic. This ship will have LTI. In order to enter, all you gotta do is 1. Be a subscriber, and 2. Comment on any video that I post from August 18th to September 18th in order for a chance to win. Now, for those who are watching, I do have a disclaimer. The ASD Edition Geist Armor has a very low drop rate. It's about 1.4% per loot crate in these Onyx facilities. So I do apologize if you're not able to find a piece of the armor during your first couple tries. But hey, I'd like to welcome everyone back to the channel for another video. You guys already know who it is. It is the biggest bird in the verse, FC, aka Fried Chicken. Before we start, you must familiarize yourself with the Onyx facilities. Now there are two separate wings. We have the engineering wing and the research wing. Now, if you're looking for the ASD chest plate, it is only going to be lootable in the engineering wing. Everything else will be lootable in the research wing. Now, I'm going to show you guys the route that I take in order to quickly make my way through the engineering side of the Onyx facility in order to make my way to the power core to look for the chest plates. Now, I know this is nothing new to the veterans out there who has been speedrunning these facilities over and over again, but this isn't for you. This is more or less for the new people who hasn't been in these facilities just yet. I'm also going to keep my commentary to a minimum just so you guys are able to actually enjoy the video and watch closely how I make my way through these zones. Now for the engineering side, it's pretty straightforward and simple since there's realistically only one way you can go in order to get to the control room that holds the loot boxes. Be careful with the spawn closet that I'm about to run past. If you're not that careful, the NPCs can literally fly out of here and push you out of the map. Currently, the audio in the engineering wing is bugged out, so you're going to have to keep an eye out to see if the chamber is brightly lit. If you know it's brightly lit, then you know that the radiation pulse is about to hit. If it does, just step out of the way so you can stay safe. Now, if you make it to this shuttle right here, don't fret. You can easily just run along the tracks and run to the other side if you want to, or you can just push the button and wait for it to come to you. Now, the power core room is a pretty dangerous place, mainly because there's a lot of NPCs that will just straight up shoot at you, and alongside that with the actual radiation, it's a deadly duo. So you have to really make sure you're careful out here and just watch yourself. Make sure you bring a med gun so you stay safe. Now usually what I do inside this room is I fly as high as possible just so the NPCs don't notice me. And then after that, to avoid the first pulse, I make sure I get underneath the rafter just so I can stay safe. Slow it down a little bit and you should be perfectly safe from the energy pulse. Now from here, pull out your med gun just in case there's NPCs around that may decide to shoot at you, and there's a bunch of them, so really be on guard. After that, just float on over to the main airlock, and once you touch down onto the platform, the radiation will no longer harm you. Behind the airlock, you will find the main loot room of the engineering wing. There will be 3 orange crates with black imprints on them, which will hold the Geist armor chest plates. Now, what I recommend when you're looting these boxes is to drop the unwanted chest plates to the floor just in case you get another mission that will bring you right back to the same facility. It'll allow the crates to repool with different armor. And that is quite literally it for the engineering wing. Now let's make our way over to the research facility to look for the other parts for the ASD Edition Geist armor. The method to my madness is to start from the bottom and work my way back up. So what I do is I run all the way down to level 9, run to level 8, and then back down to 9 to take the elevator to the exit. I do pretty much just run right by all the NPCs minus the Copians because, they're like homing trackers. They start nipping at you and it can be a little difficult to get away from them, especially when they gang up on you and start circling you and you're not able to move no more. But there is a way how to actually stop them from tracking you, which is, just hopping onto a crate or something that is elevated off the floor, and the Copians will literally freeze in place, which will allow you to pick them off very quick and easy. From here, there's no need to jump, but just sprint across and you will fall down safely to the lower platform. Do it again to reach the bottom floor. Inside the computer room to the left, you will find your very first helmet box. But be aware, once you touch down onto the bottom floor, that the Copians will start hunting you. Make sure to try your best to keep your distance from these Copians. These irradiated Copians can cause tear injuries quickly and easily, especially when they gang up on you. They are a little buggy down here in the Onyx lab, but they can still hurt you and gang up on you. At least 15 to 20 of them spawn at a time, and they really do run tough at you. Follow the path that I take in what I believe, in my opinion, is the fastest loop around the 2 bottom floors, so you're able to quickly look at each individual loot box without having too many issues or struggles from NPCs and Copians. Now, if you're following this route that I'm taking, you will now reach the animal testing area, which is going to contain 3 orange boxes that are going to contain only arms. Again, be careful in this area because this is where the Copians spawn at, and they spawn in large numbers. After checking all 3 arm boxes, it is now time to make our way to the medical wing to look for the legs. The medical wing is probably the safest area in this entire facility, mainly because NPCs and Copians just are not able to make their way over the ledges that you can jump over to get inside of here. In the medical labs, you're going to find 3 separate orange crates that are going to contain the Geist legs. Again, finding the ASD Edition armor pieces are very difficult. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the drop rate is 1.4% per crate. So again, make sure you drop anything that you find in those crates that is not the ASD edition, just so the crates can repool and respawn with different armor types. Keep following my route because we are now going back down to the 9th level, where we're going to loop around and check the remaining crates just so we can make sure that we are actually getting some of that good loot. So this area turns into a major battlefield. Copians and NPCs spawn in all directions, so you really have to be careful of what is happening in your surroundings at this area. What triggers all the Copians and NPCs to spawn is if you start walking towards the actual escape elevator. Once you get close to it, something triggers and NPC spawns in all directions. I happen to get pretty lucky with this in particular run because I actually managed to find an ASD helmet. And boom, that is pretty much it. There realistically isn't a lot to it. There's just a lot of rinse and repeating. This is the route I take almost every single time because it's really quick and fast. I'm able to bang out one of these facilities in about 10 to 15 minutes, depending how efficient I am being. If I'm not being a little loot goblin, then I can easily run these spots real quick and fast. And I'm able to find loot here and there real quickly just to be able to, satisfy my needs. And I do know that this realistically isn't a real farming video, mainly because of the RNG for the armor. It's extremely low, so it makes it really hard to even farm. You have to run in and run out and go from facility to facility looking for this armor. There's no guarantee that it's going to spawn. It is a lot of repetition, searching through these crates, and you never know what's going to happen. You can get ganged up by Copians, NPCs, and there's always a chance you'll run into players. Usually when I run into them, I hit both areas whenever I boot up a mission because there's usually no one going to be there, but there is some cases where I will run into another player here or there, and I'll just flashlight them to see if they're friendly or not, or I'll just follow them in the shadows. But yeah, let me know down below in the comments how you guys have been doing with this whole entire ASD armor hunt. Realistically, I want to have about 2 or 3 sets just so I can get the white version as well because I like to have armor out. I'm a loot goblin, armor connoisseur. I like to have all the rare stuff in my inventory. It's really cool to me and I do enjoy it. I have been having a lot of fun with the Onyx facilities so far and not too many issues here or there. It's just been working pretty good. But again, tell me down below in the comments how you guys have been faring with it. But yeah, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Please slap that like button because it really does help push me up in the algorithms so more eyes are able to see me. But you guys already know who it is. It is the biggest bird in the verse, FC, aka Fried Chicken. Big Bird out.